Hold on, I'm just checking this. Let's see. Melissa Houston wants to know, hey, it's Friday. How was the week? Who did you meet? Is anything cool happening? Well, I don't know. I think Yay Day is pretty cool. And I think it's pretty cool that I made it because it's a tough one. I didn't send out invites. I don't even know if there's a description on the page. I didn't make slides because busy doing other things. But the good news is today was the last day. I have to go to that Southland Park location and do services before trudging through traffic to come back here. So, all right, let me put the phone down. Did you put the phone down maybe? Okay, put the phone down and say, hello, hello, hello. Happier, healthier humans. It's Yay Day. Hooray, hooray. And I see someone has joined me. There's two of us here, so we could chat with ourselves. But let me bring Tanya on screen. Here she comes.
Hey.
Yay.
Happy Friday.
Friday, and fry it is with a Y, Friday. Totally a Friday for me today.
Yeah, me too.
I was just saying I don't have slides today. It was a struggle to even show up, but I'm here. And yay, there we go. Thank you, Tara, for letting us know that we exist. Yay.
Hey, Tara.
Hooray. And wonderful, here we are. It's Yay Day. There should be some other folks trickling in. It is a day designed, this party, this Yay Day social shindig is for us to come together, to gather, to decompress, shake it off, to
Human Zoomies.
Yes, human zoomies. Share some of the amazing things that there's just too much of for us to keep track of, which is why I was looking at my phone to see what's, I have to look through my phone to see, what should be on the slides I didn't make. Because, life gets crazy when you're anybody, but especially when you're a solopreneur trying to launch something. Not trying to, launching things and readjusting things. And, life's crazy all around.
Yep.
That's why we come together to relieve our stress with social connection, sharing, celebration, appreciation, silliness, and human zoomies. Yes.
Human Zoomies. Yes.
Awesome.
I went to the dog park today with my daughter, and our two dogs were running around like crazy. And I was telling her about you and I going live yesterday, and we were talking about dog zoomies and emotions and anxiety and human zoomies. She loved it.
Yes. Human zoomies. I talked about that. Was that this morning?
Yesterday. Hey.
Yesterday, what day is it?
Yes, yesterday you did talk about human zoomies.
I know. I'm like, it's not next week when I'm live with Trevor. Will I know what day it is then? Oh, it's on Wonderful Wellness Wednesday with Wendy at 3:44.
Yes, I have Friday at 3:44.
Awesome. I'm starting the month off. Or maybe we moved it to Tension Taming Tuesday. I think it's Wednesday. I don't see. What day is it? Yay! It's Yay Day.
It's a Yay Day.
Arms up, everybody. Put your arms up. Make a big yay. Yay, yay. Oh, that feels so good, doesn't it? Oh, yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh,
yeah.
Human zoomies. Greg, I've been thinking about you because I've been feeling a little bit of burnout. And I was like, I wonder how Greg's doing from our conversation. And yes, anybody that's having a little burnout, do some human zoomies.
And so anything special planned for you, Wendy, this weekend?
I actually don't have a shift at REI tomorrow, so I am going to focus on promoting this so that I can pay my rent and really get this community collective going. And this is brought to you a word from our sponsor.
Okay.
The Tension Taming Toolbox, the T3 Community Collective. I am doing a 1 week super, super special. Choose how much you're going to pay to come in and play with the brand spanking new TYT 3x3, introducing the Move Meal Mind Foundations, the pillar phases, attention, activation, adaptation. Simple strategies at a price you cannot beat. There's going to be an option also to go ahead and subscribe at a super discounted for 7 days only until 2/3. So you can pay 2/3 or higher until 2/3. And you'll have access to this course and some other bonuses that I will throw in there. And we'll just go over the simple steps that really are all you need for healthy happiness and getting through these trying times more efficiently.
Yeah.
So there is that, and that link is something that I will throw in the chat as soon as I can figure out where that's at.
I'm envious that Greg got a month off from work.
Woo! I did it. Look at that. I put it in there.
Yes, you
It's
did.
on YouTube,
Look at you go.
but not LinkedIn. How about that? Greg got a month off work. Oh, yes. That would be refreshing, huh? Hey, hi there. Yankuba Jada. I'm sure that I didn't say that very well, but I did my best. Hey, Tanya, who's on What's Your Story next week?
I can look it up.
I think it's Jamie who's missing in action tonight.
I know I'm very grateful, and I'm extremely grateful that I'm booked through March, but I don't have it memorized. Every Monday I go in, see who's up, like with you, I need your headshot. I email some stuff. And because I've learned a lot of times, and it's totally okay, stuff comes up and people have to cancel, right? So I pretty much wait till Monday and then start organizing it. And my daughter knows she's on standby if that happens. She's my fill-in.
Awesome.
So I'm very grateful for that too. Having a 24-year-old that's willing to go live with mom.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. And she has lots of stories already in her 24 years.
Sorry about that interruption. That's pretty cool. And I'm going to get to see you next time you go see her, right? Because we talked about
I have two. So my youngest, her
one?
name is Anya. She's here in San Diego with me. We literally live 5 minutes apart. Like, even if we hit all the red lights, we are 5 minutes apart. So she's the one that I went to the dog park with today. She's 24. She's the one that's gone live with me now twice. And then my other daughter, Katya, she's in Oregon, and she just graduated college, and she had a baby a year ago. And that's where I go. I go to her home for 2 months, and then I come home for 2 or 3 months, and then I go back up for 2 months. So in a few weeks, I will be going back up for a 2-month stint. And I love it. I have my own room. They have a nice home, and I can be grandma whenever I can.
Whatever. You're coming right through Sacramento.
Yes, I am. We'll stop and have coffee or whatever.
In real life coffee chat. Maybe
I don't think you need coffee.
We can get Julie Morey maybe, or somebody else, William, some of the other locals.
Yeah.
That'd be exciting. Wow. I sent the link out to a whole bunch of people, and I put it in the chat. So people must be as burned out as I was feeling this week.
Oh, I almost just went and put my PJs on and crawled into bed with a good book. And I said, no, I promised her I'd be here. So
yeah, well, thank you so much for showing up. I'm really appreciative. Otherwise, I might just be looking at my phone going, what's coming up? What is this? Fireside Stories Unleashed. That looks really cool. A week from Saturday with some awesome people, because storytelling is an art. But we want to talk about the things that we missed that we want to share from the past week. as well as things that are upcoming. But we can talk about that one next Friday, because next Friday is the 3rd and that's on the 4th. So
I can't believe
prioritizing
January
your
is already
priorities,
finished.
right?
I mean, January is just about done already. That's crazy.
I know. I cannot believe it. That's why I'm doing this super special sale this week to try to generate not just some income for my bills, but to really start building this community collective that you can hear me talk all about when you watch the replay of Tanya's What's Your Story that we did, to start dipping into some of my many stories.
Yeah. Yeah. And Chris Hennessy taught me. Chris taught me. He's my live stream, restream coach. And I think I'm his first client, or was his first client. And so he taught me just about a couple weeks ago how to clip. So when I look at one of our lives, I can actually go and find like a 90-second clip. So I'm going to go find the Zoomy one and post that on LinkedIn. Yep.
Zoomy. Or we could put different music on that, and it would be the angry dancing that sometimes I have a certain client do, because she's like, I can't breathe. I can't even, I can't write. I can't. And I'm like, then do some angry dancing. And that works for her. It's, when I was, here's more stories, Tanya, since you're here. I went to New York to be in the downtown dance world. And then when I couldn't get another job, I ended up in a corporate job for a while, which was good because it gave me much more information about some of the strains that people face. Anyhow, the team of 5 producers in the new media, that's what the internet world was in the 90s, new media.
Yeah.
I had a team of 5 producers. I was the senior content producer running the 12 websites and the 8 other content providers, while the senior content producer ran the one website that was the main thing. So
that's so cool.
Anyhow, I had the art of being able to tell those 5 content producers the same thing in 5 different ways so that I could get the desired results out of them. Right. So I'd have to ask for it using different words and a different approach and a completely different manner of speaking, so to speak.
Yep.
And that was an art. When they did their layoffs, none of my team was let go. None of my team got pink slips because I'd made them more efficient, more productive producers.
That's awesome. I know one of the reasons I'm feeling so weighted down is I've had 2 coach calls today with some corporate women that I coach, and both of them are still employed, but like half their team were laid off. One gal I coached today, she wasn't even notified that half her team was going to be laid off today. She found out when they found out. And it's just heavy, pardon my language, heavy shit out there. Yeah. So has anybody heard of, and I'm really, really, really putting it out in the universe, that we don't have major riots tonight, but I know that that's all I've been hearing about. I hope we're not.
Tough stuff.
Yeah, the universe is just friggin' upside down right now.
I distracted myself with one of those numbing agents called social media. That's what it's for. Oh, that was too heavy. So look, here's a picture of a dog, and there we go.
So no more talk about layoffs, no talk about riots. How about the Super Bowl? Who's going to the Super Bowl?
The Pooper Bowl. This is the first I've talked about it with anyone. That's how much I'm like disconnected from all that world. Who's even in the Super Bowl?
I don't know yet. I don't know that we know yet.
You remember the old joke? Yeah, that's like taking the Cleveland Browns to the Super Bowl.
See, I grew up in San Francisco, so I'm a 49ers fan.
I grew up in Dayton, Ohio, so our teams were the Cincinnati Reds and the Cincinnati Bengals, but I like the Pirates and the Steelers over in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay, so we got a comment from Greg. Greg, I didn't know that Greg was in Australia. Come to Australia.
Cricket.
So many jobs for skilled workers.
And he'll tell you all about cricket, and we'll play cricket, right, Greg?
I went to Australia when I was 17. So this is a story. I think or a lot of people have heard. So the day I graduated high school, I was 17, I met this guy and we ran off to Australia and sailed on a boat for 8 years. And then I did college backwards, not the way most people do college. So that came when I, was now married, had kids, and then went to college. However, we landed in Brisbane and for like 8 months just sailed around between Brisbane and the Great Barrier Reef. And of course, that was a long time ago. I'm aging myself tremendously, but love the country. Yeah.
It's on my list. I'll be there in the next however many years it takes me to get there.
Yeah.
I'm looking up dad jokes on my phone now. It's about that time for the silliness of the social shindig to hit. Jamie's not here. Yay, Greg. Emojis. What's the Lion and the Witch doing in your wardrobe? It's Narnia business.
Ha ha.
Oh, goodness gracious. All right. So seriously though, bum.
That was pretty cute. I'll give you that one.
Oh, here, this kind of fits. I was going to go back to LinkedIn and see what happened that I forgot about last week. But this one says, when I was a kid, my dad got fired from his job as a road worker for theft. I refused to believe he could do such a thing, but when I got home, the signs were all there. Speaking of being all there, woo!
Sandra's here.
Welcome, Sandra, and boo. Boo doesn't care.
He actually is here. He's just not camera ready. He's, he doesn't care.
He doesn't care.
Yeah, my dog's right here sleeping. He spent an hour running around with the dog park, and then he had to come home and get a bath because he found every single friggin' puddle in the dog park. So he's wiped out.
Well, that reminds me of a post that I saw this week of Gretchen's video of her dog, right? Newman, getting up on the table, the short little video that took so long to make. And her post talks about, see, this would be in the slides I didn't make. Sticking with it and keep going and building that progress, and how, the tip of the iceberg doesn't show all of this mucky muck that we come up through, right?
Yeah. Sandra, you doing all right?
Yeah, I mean, it's weird. Like the post that I don't know if you're talking about the post I just wrote, but I was laughing, but when I reread it, I go, oh, it comes across like I'm upset, but it was a fake cry. Like I took the photo, I'm like I had to take a screen. It looked like I was really crying, and when you're mansplained and stuff, and like I'm not 18 years old anymore. Like, don't tell me what the fuck to do.
Right. I mean, I think if someone wants
fuck off, shut up, and don't tell me what to do. I don't care.
Yeah, and if he wanted to be really unrude, it would be like, hey, are you open for some feedback? No, thank you. Like,
no.
Right? No, thank you. Or sure, I'm open for feedback, but that's just rude.
Stop telling people how to show up. That's not the first post that I saw about that.
Yeah.
No, we women, we write about this all the time. And to me, I looked at it like, oh, I have a post. Ah! It's like, it's like, are you just falling into the trap of being exposed as an idiot? Because we don't care what you think about what we do. If it was my coach saying, and it's not like I don't realize that I share a lot of selfies. I'm very self-aware. I'm very self-aware. And I get it. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, but don't drink me.
Yeah.
And don't spill me.
And then when I look at, like, I just immediately, It's weird how I was online at that time, because sometimes I'm like, I was again, I'm so busy this week that I didn't even post every day like I normally do. The fact that I posted twice was thank you to him. I got a second post, and that was an easy post. It was like blah 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 blah, done.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, I'm so busy this week, and like, if you have the time to DM somebody about what they do, like, you have
Right.
too much time on your hands.
Right. There's
I
no
do
right.
not.
Yep.
And I look at it this way: there are posts that turn me off, and if they're turn me off and they offend me, you know what I do? I go to the three little buttons and I go, I don't want to see this. And even if I like the person, I may not like their post, but I go, I don't want to see this type of stuff.
Yep.
So I will eliminate that, but I don't want to delete the person because I like the person. It's just, this is just not my cup of tea. So my feed, I can select what I want to see. And if I don't like the person consistently, then I will unfollow. I won't block somebody unless they come in to invade my space like this
Yeah.
guy did, and telling me basically what to do. And I'm like, I don't that's why I said, like, immediately it was like a reaction, like, ah. So I said, well, I got to send that emoji, and then I immediately screenshot blocked. Normally I just block and delete, but I said, have proof of this, because I've heard that there's a lot of people that will share a post like what I did, but are making it up.
Hmm.
They're accused of it didn't really happen. And I go, well, I don't want to be accused of shit, because I share all my shit. I share all the truth. So I don't want to be called out on something and not being able to prove it. So I just said, okay, well, I'll prove it later. Give me some comments, give me some traction, because I've been away for a few days. I need some traction now.
Give me some engagement.
I will take the vanity metrics if I can. So,
I'll go.
I'm there. So,
I'll go there.
yeah, I mean,
There's
because
your word alliterations.
right, we're all here. First of all, we're all here to make money. We're all here to have community. We're like the people that I like you guys, and we have a really nice community, and we have a lot of mutual connections. And I just got chills. Like I'm just got chills, because it's so important to all of us. And I know how important it is to you, Wendy, to you, Tanya, to have these people come together and just give you some love once in a while,
Yep.
and it's invaluable to our soul.
Yes.
It's not all about business. It is mainly, that's why I'm here. I'll be honest with you. So for somebody to come in and tell me that, and I go, first of all, you're not my audience, so fuck off. And I'm sorry, I'm swearing a lot today, just because
That's okay.
because it gets rid of that. And you're mansplaining, because
Yep.
I guarantee you there are many men that share selfies a lot, as much as I do. He would not say that to them.
No.
He would
No.
not say that to them. He wouldn't have the balls to do it. He doesn't have any balls anyway, because you just don't do that. Like, what? Why? Why?
Yeah.
What's the
Well,
point?
and I want to add, not add, I actually just want to build on what you said, because it gives me chills. I'm here. I've met amazing people on LinkedIn. I absolutely am shocked of the just like you ladies and Gretchen. And I mean, I can go on, Tara and Chris Hennessy. I mean, just so many amazing people that are supporting me and helping me grow my business. And I want to be here to support you ladies in growing your businesses. And that's the community, and supporting each other, because we're here to grow our business. Because like Wendy said before you hopped on, I have a mortgage to pay. Wendy has rent to pay. You have whatever you have to pay. And yes, that's why we're working, is to grow our businesses. It's not something to be shy about.
Well, it's not something to be ashamed of either. And
No.
I have no shame. So I am vain. So he was right. But I don't believe I'm a narcissist, but I do have vanity, and I've said that out loud. I'm vain. I still have makeup on from this morning, but I make myself up every day to make myself feel good. I don't care what you think. Like last week, I think I had my hair up in a my usual bun. But today I was so tired. I haven't even put my hair up on my head, which is usually the first thing I do. But, I don't care that much. And but the thing that bothered me the most after I posted and I got some comments because somebody says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. Are you okay?" I'm like, "What? Where did that come from?" But then I realized the emotion doesn't always come across the way you want it to in your post
Yeah,
sometimes, because
I've
I'm
deleted
always,
some.
yeah, I basically wanted to say, like, this is a joke, so
Yeah.
I've edited it 4 times. I've edited it 4 times to put emojis in going, it's not that serious. It really isn't.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I don't have to resolve any issues, but
I
I
got it
appreciate,
right away. I got that you were
yeah,
like
well,
making a fake face, but yeah.
but you know me more like I when I post stuff like this, I get people second and third
Mhm.
because it when you say, what did I say? I'm a narcissist, whatever, and vanity or whatever. It attracts people because it's like, what? Somebody's admitting something like that. So it's an attention grabber for people that aren't in your community. And I
Yeah.
get that. That was the whole idea, right? You want to like grow your audience, you want to, have all that stuff. But so I don't even know what I was going with that, but anyway. I have no idea.
But all of your talking brought up another post that I saw that would be on a slide. Shamila Iyer did one about that fabulous book, The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck, right? And
I
dropped
missed that
the
one.
F asterisk CK in her post a million times, and I edited my comment so it was only once. My first comment, I was like F bombing all over the place. But those two books are incredible. Everything is fucked and The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. Incredible books and an incredible post from an incredible writer, right? So hooray, shout out about that one. Oh, look, here's a word from our sponsor in the chat over here. I'd love for you to go to start.tamingyourtension.com and download the fabulous infographic with 12 top tension taming tips that you can enjoy. Boom. There it is. As soon as it stops being frozen, there it is. It went through. There we go.
Do you have this posted on Facebook? Because I can share it on my Facebook page. I have a lot of engagement on Facebook.
This one's not going to Facebook, yay day.
Okay.
But it's on there from our show.
Yeah.
I put it on there.
Okay.
And it's pretty easy to remember, start.tamingyourtension.com. The new page
comments on, are you guys getting comments? I'm not getting comments on mine.
Yes.
No, there's nobody here but us. Hold on. Somebody else wants to join the party. Oh, there she is. Oh, hi. How you doing? I'm so happy you could join us.
I thought maybe I was going
Wow,
crazy.
we really missed you. How have you been? Oh my God, I haven't seen you in so long.
Oh,
Wow.
Sandra,
Look
I don't
at
know
these
how I'm
three
gonna keep up
wonderful
with her.
women over here on this delayed broadcast. Well, I'm so glad you could hop in, and I'll see you later.
I was not expecting that. Oh my God.
Oh, I need half your energy.
Nene was in my lap and I made a post that said pause last week. Stop scrolling. Tune into your current state. Notice being in your body being. What is your current position? In your body, in your mind, in your emotion. What do you sense? What are you feeling? Not how are you? What would you like to change? Let's talk about it right here in front of you. You've got 3 incredible coaches. Yes. Reach out. All of us are open to connect, folks. I know you're watching the replay. You might not want to be here right now. Maybe you're watching someone else do a live. A lot of times it's just not the right time for us to watch the live. But make a note and go back and see it later. So here we are.
I love that question, Wendy. What do you want to change? Great question.
That's right.
What was the question?
What do you want to change?
I don't know. Here's another one that this was a second connection of mine that I came across. Andrew Mewborn. It's a carousel. If you overthink, read this. I should pull these up on the, except it reverberates. The thinker and the overthinker. See, you can't see it. Woo, it's in my feed.
I accuse myself of being an overthinker. It's something that I work on often. I think that, it's like Alcoholics Anonymous. You have to admit that you have a problem.
That's the first step, is admitting you have a problem.
Right. And I know that that's one. And I was speaking to, Louise Slattery. We had a meeting yesterday because I'm doing some of her meditation hypnosis work that she has. And I have always struggled with the voices in my head. They just don't shut up, so meditation has always been a struggle. So that's why I wrote about creative visualization last week, because it's something that I can see better than calming the mind. I can actually visualize pictures, and that kind of allows me to be in a different space than the chatter that just doesn't shut up. Would you stop scratching the rug? What the hell? Jamie!
Hello. Hey.
I brought him in right when you said the chatter that doesn't show up. Boom! There you go. Welcome, Jamie.
How is everyone doing? I am sorry I'm late. How's everyone doing?
We're better now than you're here.
Oh, boy. I interrupted Sandra's story, though. I feel bad. What are we talking about?
No, it was just about creative visualization. Like the post I wrote it was last week. It was actually a few days ago, but seems like last week in my head.
Seems like last week, doesn't it?
Yeah, the struggle that I have is just getting rid of, like, being able to meditate. That was one of my goals of last year. I don't make resolutions, but I do make goals for myself. And one that I've struggled with for many years is being able to meditate, because in my mind, I have a vision of what it's supposed to look like. Mm-hmm. And really, it's not necessarily supposed to look like what I think it's supposed to look like, which is probably why I struggle with it, because I'm an overthinker, which I just admitted as in an Alcoholics Anonymous talk we just had. But so I was talking to Louise about this because she is an expert in this realm, and she kind of made me realize that don't make it so hard for yourself, first of all, and start really, like what we say as coaches, start with small steps and visualize this and visualize that and see a picture. And she really kind of made it clear to me that I'm really overthinking and making it difficult for myself, which is, I am my own worst enemy, and I think we all are to a degree.
We all are, yeah.
And, so, and as coaches, that's why we need coaches sometimes, because we can't. It's like a psychologist trying to give themselves advice. It's like I'm not going to listen to you, but other people seem to. So that's good. Thank God. Yeah. Otherwise, to be out of business. But anyway, Jamie, so nice to see you. That was the end of my conversation. So nice to see you.
Yes, thank you. I totally lost track of time, and then I'm like, checked my phone for a second. I'm like, holy cow, what happened? I saw Wendy's message to join. I'm like, okay, still got time to get on here, so that's good. So good
Jamie,
to see everyone on here.
Live?
Where am I? I'm in right outside Chicago, about an hour outside Chicago.
Got it. So it is late for you.
Yeah, well, yeah, about 9:30. Yeah, you guys, where are you located, Tanya?
San Diego.
Oh yeah, so it's like, okay,
she's 7:30. I'm 8:30. You're 9:30.
Gotcha. Very cool. Yep, we got no one on the East Coast 10:30 tonight. So
they're all snuggled up and tucked in under the covers.
Yes, definitely.
I was late too, Jamie. I just joined 10 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Oh.
Although for them it probably seems a lot longer.
I'm sure I have to watch the beginning of it. I'm sure I missed some shout outs and some good stuff, but I will be on.
No, you didn't.
I'll be on Tanya's What's Your Story?
Yep,
next
there
week.
we go. There's my next guest on Thursday.
Yes.
Yep.
Let's just do the show. Let's do multiple shows right now. Why not?
Why not?
We've all got lots of stories.
Yeah.
Yes.
See, so it was when it was just Wendy and I got a little bit heavy, and Wendy's like, it's getting a little bit heavy in here. Because I was talking about how I had 2 coach calls today with 2 women, 2 executive women, and both of them had half their teams laid off. And they weren't, neither of them were notified. So they just got to work and got notified of their team being laid off as their team was getting laid off. I don't know who thinks that's okay.
It's not.
It's not.
Not
And then
okay.
I started worrying about riots, that are out there. I don't know if they're happening or not, but I hope they're not happening tonight. But
can I ask you a question, Tanya? Because you mentioned that before I came on, and because I was listening. Yep. And riots because of the layoffs? Is that what you're talking about?
No, there is a young African-American man that was beat up by 6 policemen that they killed him.
And he died. Oh, yeah. No, I heard about that this morning, though.
Yeah.
So,
that's what they're thinking tonight, because they released the footage of it was taped.
Oh, yes.
They released the footage. Horrid. I haven't seen it yet. I don't know that I want to see it.
The fact that they were charged so quickly, it had to be, and kidnapping. I mean, serious fucking charges, man.
Yeah. Just like it was like I said. So we're gonna get heavy again, Wendy.
Yeah, but you know what?
The world is upside down.
It's real life.
We were talking about how everything is fucked, right? The book, the book about hope. So,
well, there is hope. We got to have hope. I can't imagine doing this for the next however 30, 40 years I'm on Earth. I can't imagine I'd be on Earth more than 40 years at this point in my life. But I don't want to. I just hope things change.
Well, that's like it's so it's like I get so worried about it now. Like having a 2-year-old daughter, right? And just watching her watch Baby Shark and Cocomelon on TV. Like she doesn't know, these kids don't know what's going on in the world. Yeah, it's like it's fun for them, right? They go in sledding and stuff. I just hope that 6, 7 years from now, I don't know, even 3 years from now, heck, who knows what things are going to be like, right? It's just like, all you hear is negativity, this and negativity that on the news, and we're seeing more. We're already on track to see more school shootings than we saw last year, more crime than what it was in 20. It's just it's you never see we're on pace to do better than what we're doing. It's always worse. It seems like you never see good things, right? And when you think we're done with COVID, you hear another strand's coming. It's like it's just, I don't know. It's just crazy, It's just with the world we're in now.
And
I have a 1-year-old granddaughter, and I want the world to be a better place for her, obviously. And I don't want to sound like I'm some sort of magical unicorn, but I do. I want her to go into the workplace and not worry about, sexual harassment or not getting hired because she's a woman. I don't want, if anything, I'd love that to be different for her. Because again, I coach a lot of women and an engineer for Qualcomm. And she hasn't had a raise or promotion in 8 years, and she's determined. I mean, I don't know if it's right or wrong, but she says it's because she's a woman.
Yeah, I get it. And whether you're a woman or you dress a certain way, you wear hair that has red, blue, yellow, green, orange in it, like Wendy's doing right now. I mean, you can have hair color like that. I mean, you want, we got to hire. I mean. I don't know. There's just a lot of things aren't equal out there right now. And it just, I don't know. Somebody was telling me the other day about, somebody was asking me a question the other day about, they were applying for jobs and they were telling me that they had a disability of some sort. And they're like, it's been so long since I applied and every place is asking me, do you have a disability? And I want to know, Jamie, do I put yes or no for that question? I'm like, that's tough to say, to be honest with you, because if you put yes, they do. Oh yeah, a lot of They say, do you have a disability? And they list them all, like diabetes, this, heart disease,
is that
all
legal?
This stuff. It's on application. Yeah, I mean, most applications ask for it now, or they ask if you're a veteran, yes or no, and things like that. So you say yes, you have a disability. I mean, I don't know what the purpose of it is. It doesn't really say anything. You answer yes, you think that you're getting discriminated against. Probably you're going to be like, well, we don't want to hire somebody with a disability, but that's ADA Act. So I mean. I don't get it. So I told her, I said, you know what, if you put no, honestly, she's like, well, sometimes I get seizures here, or not seizures, something, it was something here and there. I get bad migraines or something like that. I'm like, well, if you put no, you have a migraine every so often or whatever, I mean, then that's going to happen. But if you put yes for that, I mean, yeah, you're right. Workplaces might just say, we don't want to hire you. Then they're going to ask you, it's just, I don't know. It's so weird,
Yep.
So Nah, that's
Yep.
my rant. That's my
Yep.
rant.
It's okay.
It's okay.
So-
I
I had
already had
mine.
mine. Actually, I had
Yep.
2 or 3.
Yep, Sandra had them. All right, so Wendy, your turn. Time for a commercial, Wendy.
Oh, my commercial. I was just going to say that Alexandra and Andrew's book, Unlike a Boss, entered the top 100 in sales in Australia
Yeah.
this week.
That's
That's
awesome.
another thing that would be on a
That's-
slide if I had made a
that's
slide
exciting.
deck that
That's
this
really
conversation
exciting.
reminded me of. So
Yeah. I was just talking to him today. We were on a call for this Chasing is it Forehand, I think, or yeah, Chasing Forehand. He has a thing called hrforyou.org, which I'm a partner of, which is all coaches talking about like equal rights for pay and how we want people to have equal rights when it comes to what they get paid and things like that. And we had like a big event, like a half-hour event where we just all got to meet each other. And Alex was on there, and he was talking about his book and how he cracked the top 100. So that was pretty cool to find that out for sure.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
cool.
It's so funny because 20 minutes ago he commented on my post, and he doesn't comment that often on my post, which is okay because I'm not looking for a job. I've never worked in corporate, so we're just kind of lightly social. So the fact that we were mentioning him, I will mention that in my post, going, leaders were just talking about you. That's what's nice about the community, because we don't always have shit in common, but we're supportive of each other, and
Yep.
that's really cool. It's really cool because I know there's a lot of people that are recruiters and things like that, and it's just I'm a coach, and I've never worked in that field. Like the only time I ever worked in an office was, oh my god, I'm gonna date myself, but it was, I think, 1980 something. It was the early 80s, and my dad was the city surveyor of Toronto, so I had summer jobs. At that time, I was making a lot of money, which was $6 an hour, but I was making more than anyone else in my age group. And every summer I was making, a couple $1,000s, and it was amazing. I was like, oh, look how much money I'm making. And now it's like $6 an hour. Well, actually, it's, but I was Canadian also, but we didn't compare US to Canadian back then either. It was like even back then in the 80s. Like, it's amazing how different things are now.
Yeah.
But I think I worked for the city of Toronto for 4 summers. Well, in between school and stuff like that.
summer
But
jobs.
that was the only time I worked in an office. Otherwise, I was in retail mostly. It was retail management and stuff like that. So I don't have that corporate background that I read a lot about. And I was like, wow, I'm getting educated. I'm getting education on LinkedIn about finding out about all this stuff. It's really cool. But I can't really comment of experience. So I kind of, lightly support, but I can't really have an opinion because I don't have that experience. So that's just my 2 cents.
But you just chime in where you can and leave a comment where you can, and people will, they're not, people like not humble you, but they're here to teach you about things, and that's what's nice. If I don't know something, or I don't know a term or an acronym for something, or talking about project management stuff, which a lot of people in my network all about PMP and whatever, all these acronyms.
People.
Yeah. I'm like, what does this all mean? Like, I don't know, so I just learn things. I'll ask questions if I need to. People don't know, what people don't know about me out here is like, I used to have a lot of friends out here locally, right, that I can hang out with, but everyone's kind of, as we grow up, everyone kind of does their own thing. They have their kids and families and things like that. So like, I'm kind of a loner out here where I'm at. Like, I enjoy going to lunch by myself sometimes. It just gives me a chance to just go someplace else. Like I said, Buffalo Wild Wings or something, just sit down by myself, watch a screen, sit on my LinkedIn for a little bit, and I'm happy that way, right? But then I feel like with my community that's on here on LinkedIn, I can just name names all day. Like I think we talked about this before. I can name all days, and I could say, Tanya's got this podcast. Sandra does this as a coach. Wendy does this, Tame Your Tension, right? And Happier, Healthier Humans. I mean, Jamie's Jam Sessions with Jamie. I could name one thing about at least every everybody I'm close
Yep.
with, I know it's just because I see them so much, and that's my community now. And like we were talking about this on our on that call today with Chase, and was like, yeah, it would be fun to have, like, if we could ever plan a year out to have a retreat or something like that, where we just get everybody together and 3 days of just fun in the sun or something like that, and just kind of get to know. We have a big community event where everyone can just mingle with each other. I mean,
Okay,
it would be
Sandra, you get to
Cabo.
plan it.
Human zoomies, all of us and our dogs at a park.
Come
on
to
Zoom,
Cabo.
on our phone. Human zoomies.
Cabo
go to
is got the
Cabo.
best weather. It's always good, except hurricane season. So don't come in August or September. But other than that, it's fucking awesome.
Yeah, we need to have
It's
a
really
LinkedIn
good.
gathering. I see them on the East Coast all the time, and I'm so envious.
Yeah, it's interesting. I think it's hard
Julie
for
and
people.
Allison
It would be
were
hard to
talking
plan it
about
out. What'd you say?
At one point, Julie and Allison were talking about putting together a West Coast one, maybe at Tahoe or somewhere. I don't know if there's any progress on that, but that's something to check back in on.
Yeah.
It's a new
I imagine
year.
it'd be hard to. It would just be hard to plan. I mean, somebody would just have to. Somebody would just have to take ownership of it and maybe make a group out of it and say, you know what, we're gonna pick a weekend, and not everybody's gonna be able to make it, obviously, but you just got to pick a weekend or something. And there's people who still work full-time jobs where they might not be able to come. There's people, our coaches, that could just get out and go for a couple days, but it would just be be cool to see. But then, you do have people on here too that are kind of introverts where, they kind of enjoy just talking to people like this. And it could be socially awkward getting a bunch of people together in one place. You never know, right? But you never know until you try it.
The Yahoos, would have a harder time. The Yahoos in the comments, or the Lurky Who's. The Lurky Who's wouldn't be behind the bushes.
Why do I feel like when Wendy's talking about Yahoos and Lurky Who's that she's writing a Dr. Seuss book or something like that? Like, and the Lurky Who's, there's Jen and Sue. How do you do? How do you do? Sam, I am. There they am. Like,
I am Wendy Sue Who.
Wendy Sue Who and the Lurky Who's. There you go.
That's right.
You are really gifted with alliterations. I see a book in the future.
Several, remember? Which chapter of my life are we looking at now? My life, so much of it is unbelievable. I'm like, it really? And I'm still here.
I love it.
Well, healthier, happier humans. I am exhausted. I'm going to sign out.
I think we're gonna wrap it up pretty.
I gotta get the dog out and
10 minutes early.
Head towards the hot tea in bed.
Yes.
Well, you started us off, Tanya, so you're welcome to go.
Thank you so much for popping in and bringing us down and up and down and up. It's a wave. Look at that. Woo!
It's
like it's either that or it's one of those like wacky inflatable tube guys.
We deal with the good and bad and ugly. So
here's the disc I was talking about. Remember when I held the ball up on What's Your Story? This is the active sitting, not a ball, but still inflated and still that kind of effect, but not as bouncy.
You were bouncing around yesterday.
I got some big shoes.
On one here at my desk.
Yeah, I got some big shoes to fill with that last episode with Wendy on it. So I just thought it was so funny because like me and Wendy are always on this every week, and I'm like, wow, Wendy's on the episode right before my episode. Like, how did that work out? It was just so weird. We never talked about it or anything. Like,
all right, Tanya.
You'll do great. Bye, everybody. Have a good night.
Yes.
Bye, Tanya. And mine is just one of these.
Oh yeah, those are good too.
Yeah.
Put us side by side.
There
we go.
Oh, Jesus has scared the shit out of me.
Wow.
I rearranged us. It's just
finally.
us. So I'm wearing out too. Do you guys have anything coming up? Jamie, maybe you missed this. I have a special going this week.
Let me see.
There we go. It is the Taming Your Tension 3x3. A super pay what you choose. $23 and up for the next 7 days until 2/3/23.
Wow.
$23
and
up, and you'll get access to the course, which is really quite simple. We'll talk about the 3 pillars. We'll do a body scan, and then joint journey is controlled articular rotations and movement snacks. That's pretty much all you need to move well, right? It's that simple. So it's the simple course, super affordable. And watch for that link. You can sign up to get notified about things at start.tamingyourtension.com or start.tamingyourtension.com waitlist. So many options. What do you have to remember? Tamingyourtension.com.
Yes, there you go. I love it. That's awesome. Pay what you will. Wow. Pay what you will, and you get access to all those courses, and nobody gets left behind. I love that. That's actually pretty cool. Everybody can partake in this, and that's great. Yeah, I got some changes coming soon that I'm working on to my career coaching stuff. I'm probably going to start. I might be starting to do one free jam session a week as a contest, just to try to get more, to get more people involved in things like that. So I'm gonna be doing that soon, and kind of changing some of my pricing around. So yeah, I got some things coming soon, but excited to announce those in the near future.
Plenty of people to work with all the layoffs, unfortunately.
Yeah,
will be full soon.
Yeah, it makes me, obviously it makes me sad to see all these layoffs, yeah, it's a lot of people, but that's why, I just tell people now, like, when people say, like, yeah, I've been with a company for 20 years, I'm like, that's awesome. Like, but, when's the last time you updated your resume or anything? And people are like, well, I don't know. I think I'm going to be a lifer here. And it's like, well, nowadays, like, you can't determine that anymore. Like, you got to, once again, you got to stay ready so you don't have to get ready, right? So,
and there's so many opportunities.
Yeah, there is a lot of opportunities, and I'm working with people now who have jobs that are just wanting to update their resumes with me, wanting to make a better LinkedIn profile, wanting to just practice interviewing. And they're like, yeah, you know what? I might as well just do this now. So that way, if God forbid something happens to me, I'm ready to hit the ground running if I need to, So yeah, it's important right now. You never know what's going to happen. So
on that note, I've been taking part in this thing called Pitch Club. And it's on Thursday mornings, and you just show up, you sign up, and you have 3 minutes to do a pitch. And that's part of how I've gotten a little bit better about talking about what I'm doing. Good night, Sandra. And it's great for people who are either pitching a product or just getting comfortable talking about themselves for an interview, or comfortable being on Zoom for an interview, learn to pitch yourself, public speaking, with a flow, and you get feedback. So check it out at Pitch Club. Here, let me put it in the comments before I turn into a pumpkin.
I thought about something like that too, like an audio room. I know that there's a guy who used to do it. Sam Swirsky, his name is on LinkedIn. He used to do it for a few weeks, and it was really cool. Everybody got to come up on stage and talk for 2 minutes about their product. It was really cool.
Yeah, then at the Unicorn Connection event, which happens on Friday mornings, that was today, and any of you are invited to come. You can come 3 times before you need to join. Oh, Sandra didn't leave willingly. I thought she just decided it was time for bed, but there she is in the comments. Oh well, good night. We're about to sign off. So yeah, you can come to the Unicorn event on Fridays. You can find the link. And Jamie, I think it would be great if you did some kind of event like that too, to help all these folks that are newly entering the job seeker realm here.
Yeah, I really got to start doing some extra stuff. And like I said, we talked about some other things I was working on. I just gotta, to make sure I can find the time to do them all and not burn out, and just have fun doing them. So, but yeah, I'm glad that I was able to jump on here. I know everyone's we're winding down here, but happy end of January, everybody, and let's head into February with some good momentum, and all of you be happier, healthier humans out there.
Yes, happier, healthier humans. Jam on with Wendy and Jamie. Bye.